brilliant thing about owning a Tesla is you don't have to bother carrying around a bunch of keys. Your phone is your key, or your Apple Watch is your key. Either way, you don't need to actually bother with a key. Everything is Bluetooth, or if you're really lucky, the ultra wideband thing that I don't think mine does. But here's the question that's been asked. How far away does your key have to be for the car to unlock itself? Hello again YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. And today I just thought we'd have a bit of an experiment, because I've got a Tesla, I have got a big tape measure, and I've got my phone, which is my key. So how far away can I be with the key before somebody naughty comes and steals my car? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is to do a bit of experimenting. So I have got the phone key in my pocket, and of course I'm going to go up to the car, and the car opens. I don't need to do anything. I could then get in and drive off. Again, I don't actually need to do anything, and when I walk away, the car will lock itself. Okay, so you've seen kind of how far away I got before it locked itself. So the question is, how far away can the key be? So I think what we're going to do is put the key down, say on the bench over here, okay? Phone is there, car is over here. Is the car going to let me get in? No, 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 no. No, it isn't, and it's saying tap key card to unlock. So that is too far. Okay, so we're gonna get the tape measure out, and we're gonna have a bit of a measure. Okay, after a bit of faffage, I have got my big tape measure laid out on the floor, and it's literally gone to the absolute stop where I put the phone. Okay, so the phone wasn't having it, and that is 7.5 meters. So 7.5 meters isn't going to do it. I think I've read somewhere that it's 6 meters in terms of where it's going to go. So let's take the thing back to where we go. 6, put it to 6 there. Okay, so that's now on 6 meters. And we're going to have a go. Nope, tis not having it. Alrighty. How far away do we need to be? What, 5 meters? Where's 5 meters on here? 5 meters there. Let's put it on 5 meters and have a go. Nope, that's not having it either. All right, 4 meters. There's 4. Put it there. You know what? It's not having it, and if you look, it's not exactly a long way off where the car is. Okay. Here's then the next question. Just let's skip forward a little bit. If I was to literally put this alongside the car at, say, 2 meters, okay? Stick it down there, so 2 meters. Right, fine. So we're in business. So that's on 2 meters. Let's then go and do it on, first of all, I've got to walk away far enough for it to lock. Right, I am at 5.5 meters, okay? But that 5.5 meters was too far away for it to open. So already, opening and closing are completely different. So, where had I got to there? I got to, what was it? 2 meters, let's try 2.5 meters. Okay. Likes it at 2.5 meters. Let's go a bit further out, and again, I've got to take the thing away so that it locks eventually. And again, I'm on, well, 6.5 there before it locked. So let's go to, this is going to make for probably the most boring video I've ever done. Let's just stick it up here, 4 meters, right? So that's on 4 meters. Okay, here we go. Good. Notice this though, it actually needs the phone key to be somewhere near the car before it starts doing this, because I was doing it before and it wasn't having it, was it? So let's try 4.5. There we go, 4.5. Interesting. I think that's kind of got it. In my testing, 4 meters, right, from the center of the car is about as far as you can go. Huh. What about if we extended into the house? So, same place, it's still on about 4 meters, but we're going to put it inside the back door, yeah? So, 4, it's there, let's try it. Now, so, that's not having it, is it? Well, there it is, okay? 4 meters, exactly 4 meters, is where I can get the car to unlock, and I'm literally, oh, no I'm not, I'm stood now on the 4 meter line. So this is as far away as I can go, and the car still unlocks itself. Well, that doesn't strike me as very far, which is really good news, because what it means is that your car isn't about to get stolen while you're, say, inside the house, at least not in my testing. Now, I suppose we could do something a little bit further, and that is, well, what if you've got a driveway where your car is parked literally by the door? I think we're going to have to test that next, aren't we? But just before we do, just out of morbid curiosity, okay, so I'm on 4 meters where Bluetooth definitely works. We're going to unlock the app, okay, and we're going to go into summon. And we're going to see whether we can get the car to summon backwards at the point where the key is effective, okay? So it's saying to me, summon is unavailable. And I'm literally there. Vision system temporarily degraded. Let's try it and see what happens. Preparing. Flashing. Summon complete. Without it even powering up. Try that again. Summon complete. All right, let's get to, and I'm literally now 2.5 meters from the center of the car. I am stood absolutely plumb alongside it. Let's see what happens when I try summon now. Summon complete. All right, what if I literally stand alongside the car and now hit summon? Summon complete. See, this is the problem we've got, okay? Never mind actually smart summon. This is dumb summon. And oh boy, is it dumb. It just keeps saying the same thing. Summon complete. Well, it's not much use, is it? Alrighty, so I have parked the car quite literally next to my back door. And we're going to have a play and see what happens and how far away I can put Mr. Key before it starts being unhappy. So we're going to put it right down on the floor there, and I'm going to shut the door. Come on, door. Shut the door. And it still doesn't do it. Now, okay, I have got a house made of granite, which is probably a stronger material than brick, like a lot of houses are made out of, or you might have, I don't know, a wooden framed house in some parts of the world. But the point is, I have literally now put the phone just inside this doorway, through glass. It's there, okay, through glass, and I can't get in. And it's saying tap key card to unlock. So how far away? Let me put it right on the radius of the door as it's coming out, and try it again. No. No. So it would appear that a piece of frosted glass and a wooden door can defeat it, because look, it's not exactly a long way from the car, is it? Key, car, key, car. Okay, so it's not exact, right, but that is 2.5 meters, okay? So we've just tested it at 4 meters in the outside, and the car will unlock itself. Not 4.1, 4 meters, and only 4 meters. And now here I am trying to do it inside, and it does nothing. Huh. So what do I make of that? So, Mr. Phone Key here, okay? I'd say that it's consistently inconsistent. Consistently inconsistent. The amount of distance that it's supposed to go seems to vary depending on conditions. Now, you could argue that if you've got nice chunky stone in the way, that it's going to reduce its range, and I totally get that, but I've parked literally next to the back door with the car, and it can't do it at 2.5 meters, even through an open doorway. I think there's two things that I can conclude from this. The first one is that for the people who are concerned about somebody getting to their car while they're asleep in their house and just driving off with it because the car is unlocking itself, well, not in my testing. And again, I wasn't doing it through a wall, I was doing it through an open doorway. So if you've got the car key on your phone, sat inside, say next to you in your house, in your bedroom, and let's say the bedroom was like up there, say, right, and the car's down here, I still don't think they're going to be able to get at it because they can't just do it through a doorway. So the car is pretty secure unless you're stood basically right next to it. And the second one is that this ultra wideband technology, which has been talked about quite a lot. So I have got a hardware 4 vehicle with UWB. I've got a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max with UWB, and for whatever reason, the phone and the car do not communicate using this new technology. And I honestly don't know why. I've seen various things saying, oh, you need to refresh your app to this generation of Tesla app. Well, I've already gone way past that. And then you might need to refresh your old key. Well, this is a brand new phone, so I've just downloaded the app for the first time to the latest version. I don't need to upgrade the key because this is what it is and it still doesn't do anything. And the only thing where I might want it to do something really is for summon, because all I can say is that summon for me in Europe, if it works, it's fantastic, okay? If it works. And I have had it where I've got it to work. I really have had it so that it works. It's just that there's been a few times where I really needed it to work and it does nothing at all. And I'm kind of hoping that the ultra wideband thing might be the thing that fixes it. I'm trying it again now while I'm recording. Can you see this? Do you know I said it doesn't work at all? It is consistently inconsistent. Consistently inconsistent. Because I am sat out of the range, you would think, right? And it can't do it. Let's try it going in the other direction. Because I did it earlier, right? And I did it earlier and it didn't want to work at all, even when I was stood next to the car. Let's go a bit further forward. No, go on, you can go further forward than that. Consistently inconsistent, remember? And now, look at it. Preparing. Summon complete. You see this? Preparing. Preparing. And it's pretty much next to me. It came from further away. All right. Should we try that again? It likes going backwards. It doesn't like going forwards. Okay. And it's now much closer to me than it was when I first started doing it. So I'm now mashing on the reverse button. Okay. And it's saying summon complete. Consistently inconsistent. So there it is, all right? If you're worried about someone coming and stealing your Tesla while you're asleep, they're almost certainly not going to be able to do so. If you're worried about being able to use summon in a tight car park and you get it to work, at least in Europe at least, I'd go and buy that lottery ticket because it could be you. And on that comedy note, I'd like you to tell me in the comments, what are your experiences of Bluetooth keys on Tesla or on other cars that you've got? Because you don't hear a lot about Teslas being stolen. You don't hear a lot about people copying and cloning and whatever else. But how can I put this? If you bought a Jaguar Land Rover vehicle, it would appear that they're as easily stealable as a 1980s Ford Escort. And did I not read it correctly that at one point you couldn't get insurance on a Range Rover in London because it was definitely going to get stolen because of the poor security thing? That's a real problem. not a problem with Tesla because it is consistently inconsistent. Let me know your stories. What have your experiences have you had? What are your opinions? And I will see you back here very soon on Just Get a Tesla.